Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things fade away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. Saint Teresa of Avila. Media systems and narrative control. Understanding how power shapes information. Every society relies on communication to share ideas, values, and decisions. In the modern world, media systems, television, newspapers, radio, and digital platforms serve as the main channels through which people understand reality. But these systems do not simply report facts, they also help shape how those facts are interpreted. This process is known as narrative control. Narrative control occurs when power structures, such as governments, corporations, or influential groups, set the boundaries of what stories are told and how they are told, rather than outright censorship. Most modern propaganda works by selection, repetition, and framing. Media outlets decide which events receive coverage, which voices are amplified, and which perspectives are minimized or ignored. In democratic societies, the media is often described as a free press. In theory, this independence allows journalists to hold power accountable. However, in practice, ownership concentration, financial pressures, and political influence can limit that independence. A small number of corporations now own most major news networks and publishing companies. These organizations rely heavily on advertising revenue, which can shape editorial choices, subtly discouraging content that challenges the interests of major sponsors or political allies. Propaganda does not always appear as obvious falsehoods. It can also take the form of emotional storytelling, symbolic imagery, or selective data. When repeated often enough, these narratives can create a shared sense of common sense about the world. For example, framing a protest as a riot emphasizes chaos and fear, while calling it a demonstration emphasizes civic engagement. Both may describe the same event, yet they lead the audience to very different conclusions. It's argued social media has transformed this landscape even further. Algorithms on platforms like Facebook, X, or YouTube prioritize engagement over accuracy. Content that provokes strong emotion, especially anger or fear, spreads faster and farther than neutral information. This environment benefits those who can craft compelling narratives, regardless of truth. As a result, misinformation and polarization grow, while thoughtful discussion becomes harder to sustain. Another key factor is the relationship between governments and media. In times of crisis, war, terrorism, or national emergency, governments often justify tighter control over information. Sometimes this includes coordinated messaging, where officials provide talking points to ensure that coverage aligns with national interests. While some coordination may protect public safety, it can also limit debate and make dissenting voices appear unpatriotic or unreliable. Public relations firms also play a major role in shaping narratives. Corporations hire communication specialists to manage reputation and influence public perception. Techniques once used in political propaganda are now standard in marketing, employing emotional language, repetition, and carefully chosen imagery to build trust and loyalty. However, not all influence is intentional manipulation. Journalists and editors work under tight deadlines and limited resources. They rely on official sources, press releases, briefings, and expert commentary, which often come from those in positions of power. This structural dependence can unintentionally reproduce elite viewpoints, even without deliberate bias. Understanding these dynamics helps individuals become more critical media consumers, recognizing framing techniques, asking who benefits from a story's angle, and comparing multiple sources are simple yet powerful ways to resist manipulation. Media literacy, teaching people how to evaluate information, is one of the best defenses against propaganda. Alternative and independent media outlets also play an important role in diversifying perspectives. While they may lack the resources of large networks, they can offer valuable insights and challenge dominant narratives. Supporting such platforms, when credible, contributes to a healthier information ecosystem. In the end, power and communication are deeply connected. The ability to shape meaning, to define what is true, important, or acceptable, is a form of power itself. Media systems reflect the societies that create them, balancing between openness and control, truth and persuasion. By understanding how these systems work, citizens can make more informed choices and help build a more transparent and accountable public sphere. If you like our videos, feel free to like and subscribe to Template Hub Driver, or contact us at templatehubdriver.com, or just email templatehubdriver@gmail.com.